Welcome to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
Today on the show, we are going to talk just the tip returns after a beautiful tip-in goal. Leafs versus Habs exhibition game, Robertson's first game, the preview of the series versus Columbus, triple X factors.
Ooh.
The Leafs final lineup for game one, reach dogs, strippers and chicken wings, plus more stupid trash, cringy moments, all ahead right here on the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
All right, so
man.
The Leafs played their first exhibition game last night. We got to see hockey for the first time since March 10th was their last game. What'd you think?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's different, right? Like, I didn't really know what to expect, but I thought, they won, which was cool. There were I thought they looked good for the most part. All things considered, the hell, man, almost 5 months off. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, but what did you think of the new look?
Yeah, I mean,
the atmosphere.
I didn't mind it. It was slow at points, but I mean, again, what are you going to do? Trying to get used to it. I think the more that goes by, like the more games that are played, the more comfortable everybody will be, including the fans. So yeah, it's cool, man. Like whatever. I'm glad to see it back. Like it just felt super weird. Like the end of July, seeing the Montreal Canadiens play the Toronto Maple Leafs. It seems super weird, right?
I know.
What did you think?
When I first started watching it, I don't know. It was hard for me to adjust my eyes. I don't know if you found that, but I kept kind of staring at where the crowd should be, at all the stuff that was up there. But after about 5 minutes, I just got used to it, and it was hockey as usual.
Yeah, man. Some of the camera, like NBC, I don't know. Camera angle wise, not a fan of some of that. The overhead shots and like,
yeah,
I don't know. Just get in tight. Get those tight shots in there, NBC. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. And anyway, yeah, man.
If you don't got a tight shot, you got no shot at all.
No, hell, fuck. Make it as tight as you can get it.
Yeah, exactly.
But okay. So before we get into the actual game, yeah, it was cool, man. Like once, exciting. I was pumped for the game. Like the anticipation was killing me leading up to it. But now that we're a few days out from Sunday, I'm like, okay, here we go. What the fuck's going to happen here? But you want to get like right into, I was having some audio issues last night. Did you catch any of that? I don't think it was specifically me. I think it was like Sportsnet feed. Did you catch any of that? More so towards the beginning.
No, I don't really remember if I did. At the same time, during the first period, I had my kids and everything running through the house, so I was more watching it than I was listening to it. But yeah, I mean, it's their first game too. Did you see the broadcasters, how they're sitting?
No, I didn't.
They're like...
It was Houston and Simpson, by the way.
Yeah, but they're sitting. So normally, they're overlooking the ice and they're basically shoulder to shoulder. They're like sitting far apart from each other. The radio guys are Bowen and Ralphie are stuck in a room with just on TVs.
Are they in the building though?
I think so. They posted a picture and they're like, "This will take some getting used to." So it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see everything. But the Leafs win 4-2.
Yes, they do. 30 seconds in,
soup.
Boom, in the back of the net. First shot on net. Usually that happens to us, but reversed the tables on this one.
Yeah.
Up 1-0 right away. It was good. I mean, I kind of felt like the feeling out process was like, it's good to see them score right away. I'll go through my like main takeaways. Obviously, I thought 2 shorthanded goals by Kerfoot, fucking incredible. I thought Tavares looked good. He had a bunch of chances. He was kind of all over it. Couldn't bury it. But you could say that about a bunch of guys. Matthews 2, Marner 2. They didn't bury it, but they were looking good. Riley, I thought, like, offensively, I think he had a 3-point night. Defensively, but could say that about Muzzin. I thought was their best defenseman by a mile.
Yeah.
Marincin was in the fucking lineup. Like, what the fuck is that, man? Sandin in the press box. You're going to dress 7D and Marincin and CC are playing over Sandin. I don't fucking get that.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. When I saw Marincin on the ice, I said the exact same thing. Why is Rasmus Sandin not on the ice? And Marinson's probably not even. He's not in your future plans.
Well, he never goes. He never goes away. He
I
just
know.
keeps coming back. He keeps coming back and keeps coming back.
Even when Dubas took over, so you had the new GM in place, and you're like, all right, that's the end of the road for Marinson. And the guy gets another contract.
It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Like, has Sandin like looked like shit at camp to the fact that he's not even in the top 7D to start this fucking thing? To me, that's like completely insane. Completely insane.
Even if he did have a rough camp, you know what you're getting with Marinson. You have had Marinson on this team for years. What has he given you? One good rush in 2 years. The guy's done.
Yeah, that was a hell of a rush.
It was.
That was incredible.
But is that worth it? So.
Yeah. So anyway, whatever. And so even CC too. Like, I don't know. I guess playing CC. I guess, but like, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. It's just one game, so who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Injuries, or if they lose a game and Keefe doesn't like what he sees, then you could see Sandin in there. But anyway, before I get to Robertson, I thought, shout out to fucking Cappy, man. I thought Kapanen was just humming fucking last night. Guy looked like he hadn't missed a fucking step. Like he had 4 fucking breakaways again last night. One of them shorthanded that set up the Kerfoot goal. He was all over it.
He looked, out of both teams, he looked like the guy who was most ready to play. Like the closest to game shape, Kapanen.
Yeah.
Some of them looked a little flat, though.
We both know how slappy Cappy's been spending his downtime.
Yep. Eating huge bowls of salad and
cheeks clapping or whatever.
Cheeks are clapping.
But no, his speed, man, like ferocious on the puck, just creating the penalty kill, man. Like that type of speed. Like who'd they have? Mikheyev and what did they play? Did they play?
I just saw a pussy. Just saw a pussy run through.
Can't escape the catch.
If you're listening to this on the podcast, not watching on YouTube, a pussy just ran
two pods in a row now. What can I do, man? I can't shut the door because then they'd be like I'm making noise. So I'd rather just let them make an appearance, whatever, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
But okay, penalty killers: Kapanen, Kerfoot, Hyman, Marner, and I think Mikheyev for a little bit because they had 13 forward stress. I think those were the 5 guys killing penalties up from the forward group.
Yeah,
I thought they all fucking did a great job. Like they fucking killed 6 penalties, did they not?
Yeah. Was it 6?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot.
Yeah, they took 6 penalties.
Yeah. Well, that happens when you haven't played in 5 months.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've found their penalty kill was so aggressive. Like, it was so aggressive. They didn't sit back in that diamond or box, just, sort of sticking your sticks out and trying to make the team play to the outside. They were literally going for the breakaway. Like they were trying to play offense while killing penalties. They would come back, they'd play defense, but they were just waiting for one too many stick handles, one fobble of the puck, one bad pass, gone.
Yeah,
I love 100%. That keeps the team on their toes. And then when you got Kapanen flying, you can't beat it.
So to stay on, no, I totally agree, man. And to stay on Cappy, that line, look, Kerfoot, before we get off let's just hit it. Let's just hit it right now. Let's bring it back. Let's hit it right now.
What are you talking about?
What was it? His second goal was a shot.
Oh.
Robertson to Riley, bullet from the point, and that brings us, it's been a long time since we rolled this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Just the Tip. So,
woo, man, what a hard, I'd say this was a rough tip. This was a rough tip. Dangerous tip. When it's been so long since you've had a tip in, I mean, you got to really be. It's hard to get the tip in when it's been that long since a tip in. So hey, man.
But can I ask you can I ask you a personal question?
Oh yeah.
What did it feel like for you having not seen a tip for 5 months?
Oh, I exploded out of the living room. I exploded off the couch, bouncing off the walls, man. It was great. I couldn't believe it.
I
I'm like,
literally
what?
I blacked out for about 15 seconds.
Yeah. I
What
couldn't believe it. First game back, we got to.
wife came in the room and she's like, "Oh shit, there must have been a tip in. There
Yeah.
must have been a tip in."
Oh man, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, dangerous tip from Kerfoot. And
So good.
what a game by Alex Kerfoot. Like, where was this guy? If this is the guy, he struggled after the like coming over after the Colorado trade. If this is the guy that like really he's gonna be, I might be changing my tune on Alex Kerfoot.
Yeah.
Was that a one-off? Like, now is he going to be invisible for the next 5 games or what?
Or maybe he needed that reset. You know what it's like when, I mean, he got off to a rough start. Then he took that suspension in Colorado. I don't know. He never really found his footing. Maybe that's what he needed, was a pause. He needed to just slow down, stop, regroup. This is basically a new season, right?
Work on his tip.
And he worked on that tip.
I guess so, man. I guess it helps when you're playing with cheeks clapping and getting the tip in, but
yeah, it was Riley who slapped it.
I know. And it was Robertson who got an assist on that goal. So Nick Robertson, what'd you think?
To be perfectly honest, he was okay.
Yep.
You know, he looked nervous.
Sure. How could you not?
And what a weird first game. Like, not only is it an exhibition game in July, there's no fans.
Yeah.
There's basically they're playing the full lineup. I don't know.
His first game as a Leaf, he's getting dressed in the visitors' dressing room at Scotiabank.
Exactly. Getting dressed in the visitors' dressing room. There's nothing. It just wasn't like your regular game. Normally, a guy like that comes into training camp. He gets to play an exhibition game where the other team's dressing like half a minor league team, kind of get adjusted to the new arena, the ice size, the size of the players. But he was kind of thrown in. That was Montreal's lineup.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he looked good, man. He didn't look
out of place.
No, he didn't look shy or tentative. Like, he had chances where, he could have too many passes. He didn't do that. He got the puck on a stick. He fucking ripped it on net like a couple times. He wasn't looking for the pretty play, whatever. I liked his game. Nothing special. Like you said, it was his first game. He got a point. Can he build off that? I think he can. He will be in the lineup on Sunday night. Guaranteed. He's made the team. He's your new third line left winger.
So does that mean Engvall's coming out? Or
he's going to play?
out?
He's going to play. I think the GOAT's coming out.
Yeah, the GOAT.
Engvall's going to play center with Spezza and Kerfoot. And
so we know the top 2 lines. What are the bottom? What do you think the bottom 6 are going to look like?
It's going to be Kerfoot, Kapanen, Robertson, Engvall, Clifford, Spezza. Mm-hmm. And Engvall has played center in the past. He played a bit with the Marlies, I think. And Gauthier's okay at taking faceoffs, but when you've got Spezza playing on the wing, if the fourth line's out there for a faceoff, you can have Spezza come in and take the fucking draw.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't what else does Gauthier bring that's more than a Robertson or an Engvall or a Spezza? Like, who else are you going to take out? He does Engvall. I take Robertson over Gauthier and Engvall because I just think he could be an unbelievable X factor. Like, the guy could score at random. Like, he's a goal scorer. He's looking to make things happen out there. Gauthier, not so much. Big body, Freddie the GOAT, but he doesn't really use his size anyway. But look, man, I don't see how speed is where I was going to go. Engvall is like a fucking bullet out there when he gets going with the speed. Gauthier he's a terrible skater.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Other than having another centerman on the fourth line. And I guess he brings some sort of defensive game. He can kill penalties, things like that, but there's not enough to keep him in the lineup. Not with that much depth. There's just not enough to keep him there.
No, I agree.
So
we'll see. Maybe
in total, Robertson played well enough that he's going to play in the playoffs.
100% in my mind. Do you not think he's playing 100%?
Yeah, like I said, he didn't wow me, but he wasn't terrible. He was good.
I thought he was good too. You can only build on that. And once I want to see this guy when he gets a couple games under his belt. Maybe he pops a goal or two and he starts fucking feeling good. And then sky's the limit, right?
Yeah. Well,
that third line I thought was awesome. last night. Really.
Yeah. Well, they definitely outplayed Montreal.
Oh, Montreal fucking was sleeping, but
Yeah. The game did you find the game took a little bit of a boring tone
oh,
for
absolutely.
a
Yeah.
while?
Yeah.
There wasn't a ton of hitting. There was a lot of there was a lot of speed and
Yeah.
everything, but it kind of felt like they were trying not to get hurt.
No, there wasn't a lot of hitting, but Jake Muzzin almost murdered somebody.
Yeah, well, I don't think Muzzin can help himself.
No.
Exhibition or not, he's got to drive people into the wall. That's just
Yeah.
what he does. And he
Yeah.
looks good. He's healthy. Another guy who the break probably helped because he was pretty banged up before, and now he's
Yeah.
he's
And
great.
And Riley, man, like Riley came back when he was coming off that injury. He came back and played that one game against Tampa before the coronavirus fucking went down. He had been out for like 2 months prior to that. So Riley's barely played. He's played like one game this in 2020. So I thought he looked okay. Like I thought he looked good offensively, defensively, not so much, but I thought he looked a lot better. He looked more like the guy that we previously saw for not last year, but the year before that.
Yeah.
So a lot of positives. I think there's a ton of positives. The main positive for me is that Anderson looked awesome. He looked really good, I thought.
He did, and we all know Freddie Anderson because I kind of feel like this is the start of a season. He's always been a slow starter, but if he starts the playoffs like that, because there's going to be goalies who are shaky starting this off with only one exhibition game under their belt. If he can start off solid, they got a really good chance against Columbus. We should take it there, the matchup.
Okay.
Columbus, because they did a poll in The Athletic they interviewed coaches, unnamed coaches, and they asked them, out of all the players who have been injured, what team is getting the best player back start this playoffs? And they said Columbus was Seth Jones. They said he'll be the biggest difference maker in these playoffs out of all the injured players who weren't playing in March.
I don't know if I would disagree with that. I mean, Seth Jones is a hell of a fucking defenseman. I think he's going to win a Norris within the next couple seasons, to be honest.
And now
with you.
he's 100% healthy, ready to go.
So yeah, I mean, I could see that. He's great, but let's keep in mind here, like, hey, yeah, Columbus, Seth Jones, incredible defenseman, Werenski, whatever. Like, they've got good defense. They happen to have one or two like really top end defensemen, but the rest of their team, they're kind of just fucking dudes, are they not? They play hard.
Yeah, they play hard.
They're just guys. They don't fucking, I don't.
They have they have a bunch of guys who are really good, but no superstars. Like who would you say up front is a superstar? Foligno?
Not in my mind.
No, but that's kind of their number one guy, right?
Yeah, since Panarin left, like he was.
Yeah, Panarin was.
He bailed on them for the Big Apple. So I don't think I don't know. Fuck, man. Old school. I don't know. We'll see. Like, yeah, I don't think that's wrong, though. I think Seth Jones, a healthy Seth Jones is huge. But
yeah.
How much can he's just one guy. He's just one guy. Like, you know,
they're
gonna need more than Seth Jones if they want to beat the Leafs.
Yeah, they do have better defense than the Leafs.
Overall, yeah, for sure.
Overall. But the Leafs definitely have more depth, more talent, and I would say better goaltending.
I think so. That's a question mark, though, for Columbus. They're rookie. Whoever starts in net for Columbus is going to be playing his first playoff game.
Right.
Whichever one they go with.
Wouldn't you say that at this point in time, if you had to pick one, wouldn't you pick Freddie Anderson?
I would, yeah.
So I would give the edge to Toronto, but you're right. Anything can happen. You can have another Biddington who just comes in and rides it all the way to the end.
Yeah, he wrote it. He wrote it hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so where do you want to go next? I got a couple.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place here.
Taker. No, it's good. We're just excited.
I'm gonna get into some triple X factors brought to you by Brazzers. That's gonna be coming up soon.
Don't forget to use the promo code TIPIN at Brazzers.com to get 0% off on your next porno.
Oh, man. So I'm going to get into some specific guys that I feel might be triple X factors in this series against Columbus, but I'm going to wait on that for a second. So,
okay.
Couple things quickly. Fucking Korshkov didn't even make it to the bubble. He's going back to play in the fucking KHL. Did you hear about this?
No, like he
Going
left the Leafs.
Well, apparently he's on loan to his former team in the KHL, but I'm a big fan. As soon I'm like, this can't be fucking true. What are you talking about? Like, he's not going back to the KHL. Why would he do that? But apparently the AHL might not even play a fucking season this year. Or if they do, it's not going to start until probably when the NHL starts. Apparently the KHL season is going to start like in September. So Dubas has loaned him to
get him playing again.
Because he doesn't think, that's exactly right. So could he come over mid-season when the Leafs have their camp in November? Yes, I believe he could. So it's not like he's gone for good type thing. That's not how I took it anyway. Right. But unless he is like pissed at the team and decides once he's over there, fuck him type thing. I hope that's not the case.
Well, if he wasn't going to make the team for this playoffs, why not? If we're not going to start up again till November, he could play 2 months in the KHL.
Okay, no, Chad, but here's where I was going with this. Korshkov, I don't see how he's not in the fucking bubble with them. They ended up they took 30 players. 2 of them included Patan and Malgin. You fucking kidding me? You're gonna take those 2 fucking guys over and send Korshkov to fucking the KHL? Does that make any fucking sense? Like, really?
I don't know.
I
don't have the huge love that you have for Korshkov. Like, I think he's a really good player, but I don't know if he's better than Nick Patan in the long run.
I know he is. And those 2 are fucking tiny little fuckers. Not that matters. Like, size, whatever. Size doesn't matter. That's what she said.
It's not the size. It's not the size of the tractor. It's how long you stay in the field.
Right. Exactly. So
sorry, it's not the size of the plow. It's how long you stay in the field.
Yeah, that's right. So look, whatever, man. I just don't. Okay, like when I saw that they took that many people and didn't include Korshkov, but included Patan and Malgin, I'm like, what?
Well, and it's kind of funny because Patan and Malgin are basically the same player. So why do you need 2 of them? Like, take one, and then Korshkov is the other one. Like, Patan and Malgin are basically replaceable with each other. 100%. Oh, Patan's hurt, Malgin will take his place. Malgin's hurt, Patan can take his place. So you're right. Why take 2 guys who are the same player? It's like, do you remember ice hockey for regular Nintendo?
Yeah, of course.
Where you had the skinny guy, the medium guy, and then the fat guy. You never built a team with all 4 of one. Right. You would have like 3 fat guys and then the fast skinny guy.
No, of course. And honestly, I could be missing something here. Like maybe because of him being loaned to I can't pronounce the team, but because of him being loaned to the KHL team, maybe like if the Leafs go on a run, they could end up being there until fucking September or October. Maybe he wouldn't be eligible to go back at that time. Like maybe there's something there where they're like, okay, if you're going to do the AHL thing, like you can't come with us in the bubble. That could be a thing. I'm not saying it is, but that could be a thing as to maybe why they didn't take him. Otherwise, I don't understand why you would take one of Malgin and Patan and then take the fucking monster Korshkov who can probably give you more if you need to play him.
It could have been his call too. Like maybe it's a financial thing, right? Because if you're not playing on the NHL team, you're getting your minor league salary.
Right.
So maybe he said, hey, can I go to the KHL for 2 months? I'll make $100,000, $200,000, and then I'll come back.
Maybe.
Like you never know what's going on behind the scenes, but.
No. Okay. Anyway, I was just like, it pissed me off, that whole Korshkov thing. But anyway, quickly on this.
Yep.
No dress code in the hub. No dress code in the hub. Can wear whatever the fuck you want to the games. But the Leafs supplied a nice little goodie bag package for their players and staff and team personnel. Oh, I want one of those goodie bags real bad.
What is it?
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh, what, man? They gave them these like Adidas duffel bags, each member of the team, personalized to each one of them, filled with, you open it up. There's a video on YouTube. I'll send it to you later. I posted it on our Facebook page, actually.
Yeah, I don't watch that shit.
And it's good, man. It was good. They just showed everything that was in the bag. He opened the bag and like there was like vitamins and supplements and like protein shakes and all this fucking shit. And then like just Adidas after Adidas after Adidas, like tearaway pants, golf shirts, like a windbreaker hoodies, and like of all with like the Leafs symbol on it, right? I'm just like, man, they probably, if you go to the store and bought that whole thing, it would cost you over fucking $1,000 for fun.
Oh man.
But they just get handed it for fucking free.
You
It was
should
cool.
you should just break in and break into the bubble and steal one.
I want one. I really do.
So
I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, no dress code. Like, I just can't wait to see what kind of pimp gear some of these cats are gonna be wearing to the game. That coaching staff still wearing suits though.
Well, back in the day, back in 2003, for any listeners listening that don't know this, yours truly was a contestant on the television show Canadian Idol.
That's right.
We
may have talked about this once before on the show.
But maybe we did, but we were given L'Oreal packages.
Oh, well.
We were given like these gift baskets of $500 worth of L'Oreal packages. And I took
shampoo and soap?
Lotion? Yeah, like
lotion?
they were the sponsor. So yeah, it was shampoo, lotion, all this stuff.
Lube.
Little lube. So I
don't think they make lube.
The day I got cut, we were staying at the Skydome Hotel in Toronto. I took mine, and then I went back into my hotel room and I took my roommate's gift basket. And then he called the show and he said, somebody stole my gift basket. They called me and they're like, did you take so-and-so's gift basket, your roommate? And I said, no. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to make him up a new one. Right before I checked out, I took that one.
Nice.
So then
he knew you were taking them.
Oh yeah.
This was a plan.
We didn't get along. He didn't like me too much. I didn't like him too much. He would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and start singing into the mirror like this, la 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 la, like that.
Oh, I would have fucking no.
I was most of the time I was hungover. I was like, dude, you just need to relax a little bit. But anyway, I ended up having $1,500 worth of L'Oreal products just bursting out of my bathroom for a good year. So that's what you got to do.
Christmas gifts for everyone.
Here you go. You get L'Oreal. You get L'Oreal. I was like fucking Oprah.
Yeah.
Everybody gets L'Oreal.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
But anyway, you need to do that. You need to get into the bubble. You take Matthews. And then he's like, I lost mine. They supply him with a new one. You take that one.
I'll try. I might try that.
What's the worst that can happen? You get arrested?
Yeah, maybe. What's his name? Jeff O'Neill was on, or Sheldon Keefe, I think, was on Overdrive, and they were talking about the packages. And he was like, they were talking to Sheldon Keefe on Overdrive, and Jeff O'Neill was like,
trying to get one?
Yeah, he's like, can I get in on one of those, coach?
He's always trying to get free shit.
Yeah, I love it. But anyway.
When the Raptors had their championship gear, remember he was trying to get Nick Nurse and all those guys to get
even long before that, man. He was trying to get when Dwayne Casey was still the coach.
He was trying to get them to give him the swag.
That's right. That's good. That's a good question. That's a good question, Brian.
Millions in the bank.
It's a good question, Brian. Good point, Brian.
Brian, you are the probably the main NBA guy of Toronto radio.
He loved him, man.
Yeah, he did.
Hazy B and Dwayne Casey.
All right, where are we going next?
Hell, man. Okay, so no dress codes. Anyway, yeah. Check out those Adidas goodie bags. Hell, you want to go to the X Factors or?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Do we have to do the plug again? Triple X brought to you by sponsored by Brazzers.
Why don't you give us, before we hit the Triple X portion of the podcast, why don't you give us a little plug?
Right. We are the Tip and Maple Leafs Podcast. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram at the Tip and Maple Leafs Podcast, on Twitter at the Tip and Podcast, or on YouTube at the Tip and Maple Leafs Podcast. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on YouTube. And wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify, wherever you go, don't forget to give us a like and a comment there. Even if you want to say we're cringy.
Yes, or trash or stupid.
What's next? Oh, the Triple X Factor. So what is the Triple X Factor?
Okay, well, for me, I've got just a bunch of Triple X Factors which just mean obviously 2 more X's than a regular X factor. So these are really could be difference makers for the Leafs in this series. I've got a couple guys that I think really are going to need to be. We don't know what they're going to be, but I think they need to be good in order for the Leafs to win this series. We've already touched on a couple of them, but I'll just run. We can go quick on each person. Morgan Riley.
Yeah.
He's got to be back to what he was before.
He's got to be their number one defenseman.
Yeah,
hands down. He has got to do everything. He's got to keep the puck out of the net. He's got to supply offense. He's got to be a leader.
He's shown in the past that he can do all those things, and I don't see why, if he's healthy, which he should be, I don't see why he doesn't get back to the Morgan Riley that we saw prior to last season, this season, whatever. So Riley, he's going to be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah, he's definitely a triple X factor.
Staying on the blue line, this is a big one too. Tyson Barrie.
Maybe more than Riley.
I don't know, man.
Riley, I have a feeling will show up. He normally does. I mean, even when Riley has been injured, when the game's on the line, he usually puts on a great show. Tyson Barrie, what has he shown you this year to make you think that he's going to perform when it counts? And let's not forget, last year in the playoffs for Colorado, they had to bump him down to second and sometimes third pair.
Did they? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a good sign then. That's not a good sign.
When it came to playoff time, his game just really didn't translate, you know.
Because in previous
guys
seasons,
like Muzzin and stuff move up.
In previous seasons, he has performed well for Colorado in the playoffs.
But not last year.
No.
Maybe that had something to do with the trade. Maybe they were like, it's time we could part ways with Tyson Barrie.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
well, they knew he was going into unrestricted free agency and he was going to want a big payday. I think that had a lot to do with it too. Yeah. They weren't going to pay him what he wanted. So, but anyway, who are we getting out of Tyson Barrie? Is he the guy that we got for the remainder or the majority of this season, which was not who we thought we were getting? Or are we going to get the guy who was like, you know, the majority of his Colorado days, he was their top defenseman? Who the fuck is showing up for this series? We don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a bigger triple X factor than Morgan Riley. Okay. I think you know what you get with Morgan Riley. It's just, is he healthy enough to give it to you? And if he's healthy, you're going to get it.
I agree. We don't know what we're getting out of Barrie.
I haven't seen it all year. Sometimes I see brilliance. Sometimes I see trash.
Okay, I'll move to the forwards. I got a couple of forwards that I think are going to be X. I didn't have Kerfoot on here because I made this list before the game last night, but now watching him play like he played last night, he could. Okay, let's just put it on a nice bow here. That because I was going to go with Cappy, but let's just go that third line in general. Cappy, Kerfoot, and Robertson. Triple X factor. Bingo, big time.
Yeah. Yeah. In the playoffs, a lot of times the top two lines will wash each other out. If you have good teams, like say Toronto winds up beating Columbus and you get a Pittsburgh, or you have to play a Boston or something, they usually have top two lines who can go head to head with our top two lines. The third and fourth line can win you the series, and that third line will become vital and so important in a series like that.
I agree.
Because remember, Boston's third line ate us apart.
Yeah.
And that helped Boston win. But if you got Cappy flying like that and Kerfoot tipping it in, those disgustingly hard tips, and if Robertson can get it together, we got it.
I think so too. And look, and going back to Cappy, like Cappy has been known to be clutch in the past. He has scored big goals internationally when his team has needed it.
World Junior wraparound.
He has scored big goal. He scored the goal to win the fucking gold medal in the tournament.
Yeah, the wraparound, baby.
It was in overtime too, I think. Yep. He scored Leafs playoff games in overtime to win games. Like he has scored some clutch goals, Kapanen. So that line, and I loved what I saw out of him last night. So that line, like you said, if Robertson can get it going too, like fuck, man, that could be a huge difference maker. Huge difference maker.
Yeah, and if Robertson can't get it going, I'm okay at this point of Robertson's career to take him out of the lineup. and put someone in that you think can do it. Even if you want to move Spezza up to the third line.
Yeah, I hear
Just something, you know what I mean? But that's definitely going to be a factor. We'll see how it plays out with Columbus. I don't think it'll be as vital in the Columbus series because I think either the Matthews line or Tavares line will be freed up to do something. I don't think Columbus has the depth to match Toronto's top 6. But we'll see.
Okay. And going into the top 6, here's my last forward remaining of the triple X factors. Ilya Mikheyev. Wow. This guy
scored on its first shot in a year.
This guy is bursting at the fucking bits. He's bursting. He's bursting out of his seams, okay?
Yeah.
He man,
like you when you saw the tip last night?
Oh fuck, I exploded off the couch. But man, this guy proving to be a legit, like him playing, he can play with Tavares and Marner. He looks like he belongs there. Legit top 6 forward. I think he is going to be like, he complements that line like huge.
Yeah.
Just so impressed with this guy. And I think he's going to be like, look out for this guy, man. He's not just like, oh yeah, he's like, he plays wing with Matthews with Tavares and Marner. Like, he's going to fucking contribute, man. You got to watch out for that fucking guy or he's going to burn you.
Yeah. He is a find. A huge diamond in the rough. Like, if you were going to play it that tight to the cap, you were going to need to find a Mikheyev like every year. So good on them for getting that guy.
Yeah, Dubé.
He flies, man. Like, he fucking great. Flies. He's got good finish. He took did he take 2 dumb penalties? He took 1 dumb penalty.
Last night? Yeah, he took a penalty last night, but whatever. Robertson did too, but anyway, okay, so a couple more. I guess this is obviously a no-brainer, but special teams. They didn't score on the power play last night, and they took 6 fucking penalties. I know it's an exhibition game, but that's not fucking good.
No, you can't take 6 penalties against Columbus.
No, and you got to get – no, fuck no. And you got to, like – I know it's only 1 game, so whatever. I'm just saying, like, their power play, too offensive to not get going. It will get going. Like, they will score on the power play. There's no doubt in my mind. But if they don't, we could be in big fucking problem. Like, big problems here. Special teams, it's going to be a difference. It always is. Like, when you get your chances, you got to capitalize. You know?
Yeah.
But
100% agree. Special teams win Stanley Cups. So,
like, they should
get it together.
They should have one of the best top power play units in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, like, it looks sloppy last night.
Top, like,
disgustingly
like
sloppy.
It should be right. That power play should be right at the fucking top. So,
I don't understand. It was the same under Babcock as it is under Keefe. The power play's better under Keefe once they set it up than it was under Babcock. Like, it was like number 1 in the league. Why can't they enter the zone? They have got to be one of the worst teams at entering the zone and setting it up. Like, the stupid drop pass thing, I guess they've done studies or analytics that show that it works. I don't know. I don't know how many times they get stood up at the blue line. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, no, dude, believe me, I'm with you too. Yeah, hopefully we'll see. Like, it's room for improvement, but I think that they can get those things going, and I think that they will. I hope that they will anyway.
When they get it set up, like, their power play, when they're set up in the other team's zone, is lethal. Their passing, their stick handling, unbelievable. Their problem is getting in and setting it up. They just have trouble doing it. And sometimes they'll spend a minute and a half, and then they'll finally set it up and have 25 seconds to try and score. That ain't going to work. And Columbus is a lot tighter on D than Montreal.
Tight. They're tight. And when you put a combination like that, tight on D, and you got a hard time getting it in, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
I mean, that could be a terrible combination right there.
If it's super tight, right? And you're trying to be fancy getting it in and not just
you're going to have to cram it in there. You're going to have to whip it. You can't play around with it and try to put it in fancy.
No.
You got to just bury it in there.
You got to penetrate it. You got to get it in there. You got to grind it in.
Come on, boys.
Yeah. Then once you're in, Well, then you can be a little fancy and
Oh,
show your
then you can have a little fun with it. You can have a little fun with
have a
it.
little fun, show your moves off a little bit, do a little
To-
twirl, a little
no,
twist.
toss it around a bit. Put it in the net.
But you can't do any of that until you get it in. You know, there's no reason wiggling the puck around out in the neutral zone. Got to get it in.
Okay, so I'm sure they're working on that as we speak. As we speak. Okay, so they're in the hub. There's apparently some greasy business going down in the hub, so I'm sure they're working on all that good stuff right now.
Yeah. Penetration, boys.
The tightness and and getting it in deep. I'm sure they're getting it all.
I'll tell you one thing. Columbus may be one of the tightest in the league.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to fit it in there big time. Okay, I got 2 triple X factors left. 2.
All right, let's go.
The biggest one of all, because without this dude, they have no fucking chance. Freddie Anderson. This is it, man. Who are we getting? Last night, he looked real fucking good.
Let's just hope we don't go to a game 7. What is he, 0 for 3? 0 for 4?
I don't fucking know.
He's never won a game 7.
No. Well, there won't be a game 7, technically, in this one.
Well, you know what I mean. An elimination game. Maybe that'll be a good thing.
But he is the triple X factor of all triple X factors because he plays well, they win. He doesn't, they probably don't. It's really that simple, right? Yeah. Regardless of how everyone else is playing and the defense and all that, whatever. If Fred shits the bed, they're fucking done. If he plays like we know he can.
If you're penetrating, doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter. Freddie's not there to back you up.
No. So I believe we'll see. I hope we know what he can do. So, and I think he knows like there's going to be a lot of pressure on him in this series. So I think he can do it. I think he can do it. I hope he does do it. And we will find out real soon. Clock's ticking down to Sunday night. Here's the last one. Ready?
X factor.
It's coaching. Sheldon Keefe, first time coaching in the NHL playoffs, first time coaching the Leafs in the NHL playoffs. Now him and his experience with Torts, it's funny that Torts is the other coach. Sheldon played for for Tortorella in Tampa Bay, right? So there is a relationship there of some kind. That was a long time ago, but mind you, old school versus new school, that's what it is, right? Like, can't teach an old dog new tricks in Tortorella. Maybe you can, but I don't think you can. And Sheldon Keefe is like, he'll just do whatever the fuck needs to be done. Like to whatever they need to do, he'll do it.
Yeah. It's funny. I heard, I don't know if you heard Ray Ferraro on the radio, but he was talking about his playing days and what it would be like when you play with a guy like Tortorella. Basically, he is old school, so kind of like Babcock. That's, you play with these wingers, that's your line.
Oh, big time.
In the new school, Keefe, in the middle of the game, will have no problem being like, this isn't really going. You know what? Marner, Nylander, you're with Matthews. You two, Nylander, whatever. You guys, you're with Tavares. Or be like Tavares, Matthews. He'll switch it up, however.
Tweak it on the fly.
And he'll do that all game long. But Ray Ferraro was saying he wouldn't as a player, he didn't really like that. He liked knowing who he was going out on the ice with, and it just made it easier for him. But I don't know. Maybe the players are different nowadays. But as a fan watching, that's what we call for all game. When you see things are stale and they can't get it going, you're like, holy fuck. So-and-so doesn't have it tonight. Get him off that line. Keefe actually does that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. Old school versus new school. And Tortorella, there is no fans. You can hear everything.
Yeah,
there's going to be so many F-bombs out of Tortorella that you're going to hear on TV. He swears every other word.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't even wait. It's going to be so good. But with Sheldon Keefe, too, like, when going back to his time when he was in Sault Ste. Marie, he's Sheldon Keefe. Mind you, this is his first time coaching in the NHL playoffs, but he's got a history of wherever he's coached, whether it's the Marlies or Sault Ste. Marie, going on deep playoff runs. Like, I think he went to the finals, the OHL finals, not the Memorial. They did go to the Memorial Cup, I think, but didn't win. but they went to the OHL finals. I think maybe every year he was there. And I don't think they won maybe once. I know they lost to McDavid when he was playing for the Erie Otters, I think twice, and the Sioux lost to them twice in the OHL finals. But Sioux did get through somebody, I think, and went to the Memorial Cup and lost. But anyway,
without a McDavid.
Yeah, but my point is that long playoff runs with the Sioux, and look at the long playoff runs he's had with the Marlies. The Marlies have had great success with him going in the playoffs with him as a coach, including winning the whole fucking damn thing just a couple years ago. I know that's not the NHL. What I'm saying is he does have a history of taking teams deep in the playoffs. That's what he's done since he's been a head coach. That's all he's done.
Yeah. And we can't take away the fact that in the whatever was November, December, January, February, March, 5 months that he was coaching, the Leafs had a really good record. He's a winning coach in the NHL so far. It's a very, very small sample, but he's a winning coach. You can't take that away from him. It's not like he won in the minors and then you brought him to the NHL and he was 3-40. So,
okay, well, I agree.
Playoffs is in regular season, so we'll see. And Torts, let's not take away from Tortorella. He's had a lot of playoff success in the NHL.
True. Only won one cup though. Has he gone on really that deep of runs?
Well, he took Columbus last year.
Yeah, well,
they had the big upset.
That's true.
He can do that again.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a motivator.
Yeah, I guess that is. I would hate playing for him personally, but I guess
I don't know, man. Apparently, players love him.
I don't know. I can't see it, but he reminds me of Babcock on steroids. I don't think he's as arrogant as Babcock. I don't know, man. You've seen his fucking press conferences. He'll talk. He'll just kick guys out. He's like, no, you're out of here. Not talking to you.
Yeah, but is that arrogant?
I'm not answering any questions tonight. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I've seen. There's YouTube videos where he has this one thing with this one reporter, and he just basically wants to punch him in the face after every. The guy will ask a question, he'd be like, "What do you think, Greg?" He calls him by his name.
This one guy, it starts with a B. I can't remember. I want to say Bernie or something. Let's just call him Bernie. Torts talking to this one guy when he was in New York coaching the Rangers, and the guy kept asking him questions that he didn't want to answer. He's like, "I already told you, Bernie. I'm not answering that question." And then he asked him again. He's like, "Bernie, why don't you do me a favor? Get the fuck out of here." All right.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then he says, as he's leaving, he says, "Good seeing you, Bernie." He just told him to get the fuck out of here, and then he goes, "Good seeing you, little Bern." He's an animal. He's a beach. Remember when he tried to get in the fucking dressing room in the Calgary Flames, and who was he coaching? Who was that? Who was he coaching? Vancouver. Right. And they were trying to get in the. He was trying to get in the fucking Flames dressing room.
He was trying to fight the player. A player said something or did something, and he stormed down the hallway and tried to get in the dressing room and fight him.
Just insane, Tortorella. Yeah. We should do a podcast just on Tortorella stories. That would be fucking funny shit.
Yeah, we should see if we can get Torts on the podcast.
Oh, he would love a good tip in.
Yeah. Oh, he would have some stories of some greasy tips from all over North America.
Big time.
All over the world.
Okay, so that's it for the Triple X Factors. You got anything more you want to talk about on that series?
No, I think we should wrap this up and get ready for Game 1. Sunday night. And we'll be coming to you live after the game. Not live. We'll record it and then post it, but
we can't quite wrap it up yet. I got a couple more things.
Oh, sorry.
Not hockey related. Well, one of them kind of is, but you want to go quicker, a little touch briefly on
go ahead.
On Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou Williams.
Go ahead.
Going to he had to get out of the hub. I think he's playing for the Lakers now, is he not? Or who is Williams playing for? I don't even know who Sweet Lou Williams is playing for. I thought he signed with the Lakers, maybe not. Anyway, he had to leave the bubble in Orlando to go home for something. I don't know what it was, family emergency. I don't know what the emergency was. But the guy gets caught in Atlanta, Georgia, going out for fucking chicken wings at the Peelers.
Yeah, I did hear about this. I did hear about this.
He said best
Family emergency.
No, he said best wings I've ever had. Wasn't there for the dancers. Best wings I've ever had in my life.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said they even named the wings after him on the menu. So he must be a frequent visitor.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
I can't remember the name of the club. I want to say it might have been like the Majestic or something like that, but that might not be it. But anyway,
that sounds like a strip club.
Come on, Lou. Who are you kidding? We all know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, that's something you tell your wife. You know, what were you doing at the strip club? The chicken wings are incredible.
Here's another thing with Lou Williams. I don't know if you know this or not, but he played for the Raptors for a bit.
Yeah.
And when he was in Toronto playing for the Raptors, I became aware that this guy likes
brass rail.
Well, that he likes to have his women around, so much so that he had 2 girlfriends at the same time all 3 of them living together at the same time. Both cool with it, both aware of it. 2 smoking hot chicks, 2 girlfriends, same time, all living together. Lou Williams, you are the fucking man. That's an impressive pull-off, man. Not everyone's down with that kind of shit.
So let me recap the past 2 minutes of Lou Williams talk. He had 2 women living in the same apartment, and he was dating both of them, and they were cool with it.
That's right.
So they took turns with them, or all together, whatever.
I imagine it went down every way you could possibly imagine.
It's like that Dave Chappelle stand-up where he talks about watching porn and like a threesome with 2 girls and a guy versus he's like, when it's 2 guys and a girl, it's like, it's mean, it's aggressive. But he's like, when it's 2 girls and a guy, it's loving, it's sharing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he did that. Then during the middle of global pandemic where they're trying to have an NBA season in a bubble, he leaves for a family emergency and winds up at the Peelers having chicken wings.
That's exactly right.
So he may be the greatest man in the world.
Yeah, it's true. And now he's not allowed to go back to the bubble for like 10 days or some shit like that.
Oh, I wonder what he's going to do for those 10 days.
Well, he better not get caught at another strippers.
Is he from Atlanta?
I have no idea.
Or like, did he say, I got to go home to Cleveland, and then they found him in Atlanta, Georgia at a strip club?
I don't know. But anyway, he is
that's a great story.
Yeah, to pull off that type of relationship with 2 foxes, like they were both like 10s, right? But I saw both of them when he was playing for the Raptors, and like this guy he wasn't kidding around. Sweet Lou. There's a reason why they probably call him Sweet Lou.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, like you're
living the dream.
You're the man, Lou. All right, so I got a couple more things and then I'm done. You got anything else?
No, man.
Well, guess what's back? Back in action on the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. It's been a while since one of these stories came around town. Reach dogs.
Right, reach dogs. I'm the one that read the list at the start.
I know. What the hell, man? I have the list too. Reach dogs. So here's what I had a little reach dog situation of my own go down.
Can you describe what a reach dog is?
I might have a picture. You describe it as I try to bring it up. Okay, go ahead.
People can't see it if they're not watching on YouTube.
That's true.
Reach dog is like a flip-flop, but a giant flip-flop because you have a giant foot, like Mike Ricci.
Yeah, not just that, but...
So when we were kids, Mike Ricci played for the Peterborough Petes, and then he went to the NHL, and then he came back, and me and Dale saw him. There you go. There's a picture of it.
That's my reach dog right there.
There you go.
See that tape job?
It's a flip-flop with a duct tape on it.
Oh, boy. These are not as good as... These are like flip-flops. His were like... he didn't have the... It wasn't... They were flip-flops, but not like that. They had like the one loop across.
Yeah. They didn't have the toe thing.
No, he didn't have the toe thing.
But anyway... We saw him when we were kids. We've talked about this before in the podcast, but just to recap, we've had him on.
We had him on the podcast.
We had him on, but we saw him when we were kids, and he had these giant shoes, and we were like, "Hey, Richie," and he was like, "Hey, guys." And then from that moment on, anytime we saw people wearing those flip flops, we called them reach dogs. And I'm pretty sure it took over worldwide.
Yeah, he started calling them reach dogs. He should have like branded it. But
Anyway,
anyway, so listen to this, man. I was out while this occurred. I fucking slapped duct tape on this fucker. I should have gotten new flip-flops a long time ago. I kept wearing these shitty fucking. I guess I was kind of looking to create my own reach dogs in some sick, demented way. But,
yeah. It's not sick.
well, it's not sick. I just wanted to be a little more close. I just wanted to feel a little closer to reach dog. But anyway, so the strap breaks. I'm hammering the duct tape down. I'm thinking, I got this. No fucking problem. So I start fucking giving her a little walk, see if it would work. No, fuck. And I was walking home when this happened. I had a few beverages into me, and the whole fucking thing fell apart. I didn't have any more duct tape on me, so it was a struggle with getting home without with the reach dog in the shape that it's in. Talk for a second. Just talk for a second, okay?
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm going to show you something.
All right. So if you are listening on the podcast right now, Dale has just left the room and he's going to get the reach dogs. All right. He's got them. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to describe them for the people listening on the podcast. This is like a worn out flip-flop. The strap is broken. It has duct tape on it. And then there's duct tape on the bottom.
No.
And it's completely worn down. The rubber's gone. I think
tough.
It's time you just get a new pair of reach dogs.
Yeah, I went. I need a new pair. I went looking a couple days before that happened, and I couldn't find any that I wanted. So I kept with them, and then this went down. So anyway, just thought I'd bring up a quick little reach dogs of my. Now I have a reach dog story of my own. Although no one saw them and said, "Hey, look at those reach dogs." But I was wishing someone would have.
All right, you got anything else?
Well,
one last thing.
Yeah, here's the thing. Tonight, what's this? Our 55th podcast, I believe. So
Episode 55.
So we had done 54 going into tonight. So including tonight, we would be 13 podcasts away from our 67th podcast. Those two numbers ring a bell to you at all? 13 and 67.
That's the last year the Leafs won the cup.
Yeah. And what's the 13?
That's how many Stanley Cups the Leafs have won.
That's right. Leafs have won 13 cups, haven't won one since 67. We are 13 podcasts away right now from our 67th podcast, which that could be in the vicinity of them winning a Stanley Cup. Hey, man, everything's adding up for the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. It's all making sense now. I don't know. It's just whatever. I was just like, I did the math. I'm like, what? We're 13 and 60. Like, I don't know. It just happens to be that we're 13.
It dawned on you. It dawned on you that this could be a sign.
It's fate, obviously.
Or they could lose 3 straight to Columbus, and then we're stuck at 59 until next year.
That's right. And then the whole thing is shot. But as of right now, we are 13 podcasts away from our 67th podcast. Leafs, 13 cups in franchise history and haven't won one since 1967. So the Tip In, man, we are like ingrained in this whole thing. We're like a part of it. We're like right in the heart of it.
Yeah, we are here. We're ready to go. Game 1, Sunday night. Who's pumped?
Oh, man. Come on, Leafs Nation. Let's go. Let's get this puppy going.
Yeah. Whether you think this isn't real or, this it's weird without fans, yada, yada, yada. We had just spent months stuck in our houses, not seeing people, like living the weirdest time of all our lives. Washing our hands more than we have in our entire lives in the past 5 months.
More than just hands.
All right. But we went through months where we didn't see friends, we didn't see family, we didn't watch any hockey, and now, fans or no fans, it's coming back, baby.
Hands and tips.
Oh, you gotta wash the tip.
Can't have a dirty tip.
Cannot have a dirty tip.
Wash your hands, kids. Wash your tips.
Wash your hand. Give that tip a little wipe too.
That's our lesson for the day.
From the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast, don't forget to wash your hands and wash your tips.
Hey man,
oh,
Sunday night, are we going to be here live after the game?
We're going to be here live.
We're going to be live Sunday night, right after game 1. We will be coming at you live right after game 1. Sunday night, game 1. August 2nd. Stay tuned. There's going to be tips galore.
Tips galore. So for the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast, again, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast, on Twitter at the Tip in Podcast, and now on YouTube at the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. Wherever you listen to your podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe there. And also, wash your hands, wash your tip.
You got it.
Until Sunday.
We'll see you Sunday night, everybody.
We will.
Catch you later. Catch you later.
Let's do it.
I'm going to make you some hash browns for breakfast, and then later I'm going to take you down to the whorehouse to lose your virginity. Would you like that?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.